Hi friends, this is Dr. K. Lekhan. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on vapor absorption refrigeration system. So before starting vapor absorption refrigeration system, first I want to recapitulate vapor compression refrigeration system. In vapor compression refrigeration system, you can see from the diagram that there are four processes in a cycle, and process 1-2 is isentropic compression, process 2-3 is condensation at constant pressure, process 3-4 is expansion, and during this isenthalpic expansion takes place, and process 4-1, and 4-1 is the heat absorption from the system which is to be cooled, and this heat absorption is also known as refrigeration effect. So from the cycle you can see that there are four main components in a vapor compression refrigeration system, that is compressor, condenser, expansion valve and evaporator. So for a vapor compression system, the main component is compressor, and this compressor runs on high grade energy. It requires mechanical work. So if in remote areas where high grade energy is not available, then this reference system is not feasible to run. So the dependency of high grade energy is eliminated by vapor absorption system. In vapor absorption system, the compressor is replaced by a combination of few different elements. And these different elements are absorber, a small pump, a heat generator and pressure reducing valve. So in vapor absorption system, other three parts remain same, that is condenser, expansion valve and evaporator. So before starting the vapor absorption reference cycle, first I want to tell you that in the case of vapor compression system, only one fluid was required, and that was refrigerant. But in the case of vapor absorption system, a combination of two or more fluids are required. For example, we can take a combination of ammonia water, NH3, that is H2O, and another is H2O lithium bromide, and these two are cases of two fluid system, whereas three fluid system is also used, that is NH3, H2O and hydrogen. So in vapor absorption system, we requires at least two fluid, and then these fluids are known as refrigerant and absorbent. So take the case of ammonia and water combination. In this is called aqua ammonia refrigeration system. So in aqua ammonia refrigeration system, NH3, that is ammonia, acts as refrigerant, whereas water acts as an absorbent. Whereas in another combination, H2O lithium bromide system, H2O works as a refrigerant, whereas lithium bromide, being a hygroscopic salt, acts as an absorbent. In a three fluid system, that is NH3, H2O, H2O, ammonia acts as a refrigerant, hydrogen, H2O, that is water, acts as an absorbent, and hydrogen is used to increase the rate of evaporation of ammonia. So in a simple vapor absorption system, I am taking the combination of aqua ammonia, that is ammonia is used as a refrigerant and water used as a absorbent. So as I told you, the compressor is replaced by a set of four different components: absorber, small pump, heat generator, pressure reducing valve, and whereas the three parts remain same. So if I start from condenser, so like as in vapor compression system, the role of condenser was to condense the vapor refrigerant into liquid refrigerant. The same role is here in condenser. QC heat is being rejected to the surrounding, and we received ammonia as a liquid, and this ammonia is which is in the form of liquid is comparatively at a higher pressure. So for reducing its pressure, it is flown through an expansion valve, and the role of expansion valve is similar to the vapor compression refrigeration system. And after expansion valve, the two-phase mixture is passed through an evaporator, and evaporator is a device which is used to absorb the heat of the system which is to be cooled. So here it absorbs an heat QE. So after getting this heat, the refrigerant becomes vapor, and these ammonia vapors are at low pressure. Now these ammonia vapor which are at low pressure are flown to a device absorber which is filled by H2O, and H2O is a hygroscopic medium, means it absorbs ammonia vapor in it, and in this way this becomes a rich solution of aqua ammonia, a mixture of ammonia and water. So as I told you that in this system we are taking two fluid, one as a refrigerant and another as a absorbent. This combination is selected such that there must be a good affinity between these two, that is the good affinity between refrigerant and absorbent at a low temperature. Means whenever temperature is low, then all the vapor ammonia being absorbed by water, and it also should have bad affinity at high temperature. At high temperature, the vapor ammonia which were absorbed in water, at a high temperature it separates out. So in this way the combination is selected. So in this case, in simple vapor absorption system, all the ammonia vapor which are coming out from evaporator are being dissolved in water, and it becomes a strong solution of aqua ammonia. So this strong aqua ammonia solution is pumped to a heat generator, and the heat generator is a device in which we supply some waste heat or condensed heat, and this waste heat or condensed heat is a low grade energy. So the role of this low grade energy just to means separate out ammonia from a rich mixture of aqua ammonia. So when this heat is supplied, that is QG, ammonia vapor which were earlier dissolved in the water and becomes as a aqua ammonia solution. So in this way ammonia vapors are separate out, and these ammonia vapor are sent to the condenser, and again this cycle continues. Means condenser condenses the vapor refrigerant and converts it into liquid ammonia. Whereas in this heat generator, since vapor refrigerants are separate out, so remaining is the liquid solution of ammonia and water. This is called weak solution of aqua ammonium. Means all ammonia vapor are not being separate out in heat generator, so small amount of ammonia may dissolve in H2O. So this weak solution of aqua ammonia is passed through a pressure reducing valve, and it reduces its pressure and return back the weak solution into the absorber, where it again means sent to the absorber. So in this way this cycle continues and we get refrigeration effect in the evaporator. This diagram shows the practical vapor absorption refrigeration system. In practical absorption refrigeration system, some more elements are used for better performance of the vapor absorption system, and these elements are drip, rectifier, and two heat exchanger. One heat exchanger is utilized in before expansion valve, and second heat exchanger is employed before heat generator. So the role of drip and rectifier is to eliminate any liquid trace of water, because this liquid water can after passing through condenser can choke the cycle, can choke the piping. So to eliminate any liquid trace, rectifier is being used. So after rectifier, only ammonia vapors are sent to condenser, and condenser condenses the vapor refrigerant and it becomes liquid ammonia. and this liquid ammonia is at comparatively higher temperature and higher pressure. So this refrigerant that is in condensate form is passed through a heat exchanger, where some of its heat is exchanged to the NH3 vapor coming out from the evaporator. So in this way, in this heat exchanger, some subcooling takes place, and we all know the role of subcooling in a refrigeration system. In the role of subcooling is just to increase the refrigeration effect, ultimately leads to the increase in coefficient of performance. So after heat exchanger, this refrigerant, this condensate is passed through an expansion valve where its pressure reduces, and then it is sent to the evaporator, and evaporator absorbs the heat from the system, which is to be cooled, and the liquid ammonia, which was at a low temperature, at low pressure, is being converted to ammonia vapor. So this ammonia vapor is at low temperature, so this absorbs heat from the condensate, and in this way the temperature of the ammonia vapor increases and the temperature of the condensate decreases, and this ammonia vapor is then sent to absorber, and in absorber, because of a hygroscopic property of water, it absorbs all the ammonia vapor and becomes a rich mixture of aqua ammonia. So in absorber, rich mixture of aqua ammonia is obtained, and this rich mixture is sent to heat generator by this small pump, and the role of pump is just to pump the refrigerant. Since it is a liquid, so it is an incompressible fluid, so a small amount of energy is required to pump the condensate, and this not condensate but the rich or strong solution of aqua ammonia. So this aqua ammonia is passed through a heat exchanger before going to this generator. The role of heat exchanger is just to absorb some heat from the weak mixture which is coming out from the heat generator. So in this way, the temperature of the strong solution or rich solution of aqua ammonia increases, and by this way the heat required in the heat generator reduces. So with the help of heat exchanger, we are increasing the temperature of the strong solution or rich solution of the aqua ammonia before sending it to the heat generator. So this strong solution is passed through a drip, and the role of drip is just to, because this strong solution is passed through this drip, and due to the gravity action, some part of liquid particle, that is water, separates out, and then it is flown through this heat generator, where this waste heat or condensed steam is used to separate out ammonia vapor. So ammonia vapor passes through the drip, and the remaining mixture or remaining solution, which is weak in solution, is again sent through this heat exchanger, and the rich mixture coming out from the heat generator is at high temperature, so some heat is being transferred to the rich solution, which is pumped to the heat generator, and this low or weak solution of aqua ammonia is passed through the pressure reducing valve and return back to the absorber. So in this way this cycle continues. So the advantage of practical vapor absorption cycle is that, so in this way we are getting good refrigeration effect and good coefficient of performance.